I want you to imagine a world where your creative player from Madden suddenly becomes a real-life human being. That is literally Kenyon Sadiq. Draft Miss Day 2, highlighting 25 players between now and April 23rd, of course, round 1 of the NFL Draft. We're doing 10 offensive, 10 defensive, 5 wild cards. Yesterday, we talked about Jacob Rodriguez. Today, maybe one of the biggest tight end prospects we've had in some time. Definitely a lot of hype around this guy. Somebody that people are saying, like, you should go and just, if you can get him, get him. Kenyon Sadiq out of Oregon. And listen, I'm on that hype train, and I think you should be too. As I mentioned before, I cover the Carolina Panthers primarily, and there was that kind of section of fans during free agency that were saying, hey, if the Panthers don't make moves, or if the Panthers make moves defensively, they should go tight end in the draft. And I think a lot of people were like, no, you should stay defense, stay that kind of course there. And then the Panthers went out and got Jalen Phillips and Devin Lloyd, and all of a sudden the tight end hype train seemed to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And after the press conferences that Dave Canales and Dan Morgan gave the other day, seems like that tends to be where they're leaning, at least for a weapon of some kind. And oh my God, is Kenyon Sadiq a weapon? I mean, when we're talking about a weapon, we're talking about a damn tank with Kenyon Sadiq. 6'3", 241 pounds, runs a 4.3 40, and has a crazy vertical. I think his vertical at the combine was like 45 inches. Here's the thing that's really unique about Kenyon Sadiq. Usually, when you're looking at some of these draft prospects, it's very rare that they have the wherewithal on the field and the athleticism at the same time, and Kenyon Sadiq has both. This is a tight end that will catch the ball for you 60, 70, 80 times in a season. A guy who can run routes incredibly well and will also burn your best cornerback at the same time at the tight end position. Some of these clips, just seeing the speed from Kenyon Sadiq is so wildly impressive. On top of that, I mean, again, showing off that vertical, showing off that athleticism, look at that diving catch. Absolutely phenomenal from him. And then you look at his route running, the way that he handles the drag routes, the way that he handles the curl routes and whatnot. He has this crazy ability to run routes in a way that, again, not many tight ends are capable of. When I think of main comparisons to Kenyon Sadiq, I know a lot of kids probably don't remember how good Zach Ertz was for the Eagles during the Super Bowl seasons back in like 2017, 18, and 19. Zach Ertz was a machine and was able to go out to the slot in a lot of ways for that team, something that Kenyon Sadiq did quite a bit at Oregon. It's hard to find a downside with him. I think the biggest downside is he plays so physically that his shelf life compared to other tight ends could be a little bit shorter. You think about guys like Zach Ertz who have adjusted their game, or Travis Kelce who's been in the league and are now well into their 30s, mid-30s, late 30s. I don't think Kenyon Sadiq is that type of player. You're going to get a solid 8-9 years out of him, but they're going to be absolutely incredible years and efficient years, and years where you might have one of the best tight ends in the league. I don't think it's insane to say that Kenyon Sadiq could be one of the best tight ends we've seen in the 21st century. And he's got hella competition. But again, when you have a tight end with this amount of athleticism, with this amount of intelligence, and just with the sheer work ethic, Kenyon Sadiq is somebody who's going to make a absolute difference in your franchise. And that's why so many teams are interested in him. And hopefully, if you're a Carolina Panthers fan, he falls to 19. I don't know if he makes it that far. So if not the Panthers, where does he go? And Panthers fans, you're going to hate this. He'd fit in really well in Tampa Bay. Really, really well. You lose Mike Evans, obviously, and you go kind of more towards the Emeka Egbuka and Chris Godwin kind of speedster wide receivers. Cade Otton isn't exactly the most reliable of choices. I mean, he's good. He's not Kenyon Sadiq good. Seeing him in a Bucs uniform, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'd say there, I know a lot of people are saying the Ravens, which that 1-2 punch of him and Mark Andrews, disgusting. But I don't know. I am interested to see where he lands. But there's a lot of teams that could use a tight end of his caliber. There's not a team that would say no in that situation. This is a best player available situation with Kenyon Sadiq. If you're the Panthers and you pass on him at 19, I have a lot of questions. That said, there's a lot of great weapons in this draft, and if Kenyon Sadiq isn't available, there's another tight end out there that's absolutely phenomenal. We'll cover him tomorrow. We'll get into it then. We're doing Draft Miss between now and April 23rd, the first round of the draft. Who do you want to see highlighted? Who deserves the love and attention from your team? Let me know.